you. There, problem solved. Wait. Oh no, Essence of Death did drop. Okay. For a moment, wait. For a moment, I thought I took damage when I dropped the Essence of Death earlier. So that's why I was thinking, you know, something went wrong when I dropped it. But never mind, I misunderstood. And I would love to grab some extra stuff, but I can't right now. Let's grab the embryos. Oh, seriously. Okay, let's drop 20 of these. Okay. I'm just gonna head back to town. Okay. Really? Alright. Let's... we'll go this way, sure. This is a bit annoying that it doesn't finish the text here. The quest is apparently finished, but doesn't leave it doesn't really sum it up. You just lured him into a trap, telling him he's supposed to the right, and that's it. Leading me to think maybe I was meant to make that choice. No, but this ain't that kind of game. What's this here in the forest? I wish I could remember which merchant had gave me the information about the remember the trap I was meant to make. Wish he I knew his name or could talk to him again, because I have no idea what else I need for the trap. I just got a notification there is a monster nearby. I'm just gonna get in. I have no interest in fighting them. Training dummies. Destroy this if I want. May as well. Silver sword is not effective against humans. Good thing it's not a human. I apparently can incinerate now using the steel sword. That is fucking awesome. So now with this sword I have a 10% chance of bleeding, poisoning, and incinerating the foe. What's the kid doing? Oh, okay, he's just playing with a bow. Thought he was freaking because I had the sword out. Part of me's thinking maybe the other thing isn't probably summed up yet, because we haven't run into an NPC to kind of sum it up. We haven't run into an NPC to sum it up. Remember, maybe we'll, while the quest is marked there as done, maybe we'll run into an NPC that adds like the finishing touch to that quest. Maybe. Let's see, what do you have? I'm still thinking about those damn bombs. Also, I'm also thinking I need to sell off some stuff here. Okay, we'll sell off 10 of you. 7. Bring this down to 20. Really? Wait, how much is this? These are worth have 1 weight each. I'm just worried of selling too much in case I need the items.
You might want to stir it.
There's the butchers.
Oh, welcome.
That doesn't look hygienic. Not at all. There's just a gradually growth's getting an army behind them. Just gradually there's an army forming. It's hilarious.
Sure.
Do you have anything of interest? No. Actually, does the guy outside on this side have anything of interest? No, not. That's not way out. Way out's over here. Sorry, I'm flittering around here. Just having difficulty figuring out what to do. I'm curious. What do you have? Climb. Climb. Oh, we can get to talk to, you know, One-Eye McGee here.
Welcome.
Or not. Ooh. He's got grape shot. This is a vendor I was thinking of. What's this? Ooh. Ooh. He sells armor upgrades based off of the beastie. And he has the trap thing. And now I have all the stuff I need for it. Fantastic. I didn't even know he had it. Just came and told me. Zircandian Sun. That sounds awesome. But for some reason, if... Okay, it freezes them in place. That sounds weird, considering it's a sun. But whatever. It's an ice sun. Grape shot. Grape shot is really cheap to buy the formula for. But this is actually quite tempting. It increases vigor regen by 5, as well as resistance to poisoning and bleeding by 5. Causes foes to attack each other. Ooh, that's nice. Let's get this as well. Let's look at that journal entry. Crafting diagram provided to a craftsman to produce. There's the robust Witcher sword, robust quote. These Integra hide reinforcements. Witcher's silver sword, core. Core him too. Monsters, and these are the 3 I have. Let's look at you. If Lobodin's non-humans had been organized as a community, the dwarf Einar Grusel would have been the closest thing to its leader. Though the Scoia'tael considered him a collaborator on human leash, Einar tried to represent the non-human minority as best he could. That meant mediating between its members and the Commandant. Furthermore, he ran something akin to a bookshop. Given its location in a complete backwater, his selection of titles was quite impressive. Chorab was Littleman's alderman. I'm not sure what that means. A simple man, he nevertheless blended his penchant for storytelling with a desire to teach and impart wisdom. His tales pertained to times long past, traditions worthy of preservation, and legends that had all been forgotten. He cared for the community he led and respected, and any honest villager could count on his help. Oh, the guy outside, outside of the walls. He was the leader of that village, I guess. Cool. Life was not easy for non-humans of Flotsam, and Melina was no exception. The elven woman suspected of leading soldiers into Scoia'tael ambushes, treasure could easily send her to scaffold. The woman had indeed been leading soldiers into a trap. Her fate was now in Geralt's hand. Melina was arrested and charged for being accessory to murder. She suffered the consequences of her deeds. For reasons that are not entirely clear, this wise and experienced elf had chosen to live amongst humans. He worked for the people's Flotsam as a lookout and trapper. None had better knowledge of surrounding forests. Whether it was the local plants and wildlife or the dangers that lurked amidst the trees, Cedric was the local inhabitants' chief, and often only source of information. Supposedly involved in commercial dealings with Bernard Leonardo, Wardo, this man was a frequent guest at the Commandant's abode. Oh, really? She was actually a priestess? Because Anzika, the local herbalist in Lobaden, took care not to stand out in any way. Though some people respect women who know much about herbs and folk medicine, others fear them. Skilled herbalists are often thought to be witches and suspected of witchcraft, so you must remain mindful that human mistrust can quickly turn into hostility. Her Anzeka's anxieties were augmented by the fact that she was a priestess of Phaeopatis, a deity which had once been revered in the region. Thus she generally preferred not to draw too much attention to herself. Geralt first encountered Rupert near the ruins of the asylum in the forest beyond Flotsam. The Andanian medic claimed he'd come to the area with his friend Geraldly in search of rare herbs. However, it appeared they'd underestimated the dangers lurking both forests and the ruins. Something was missing from his story, however. Rupert had been a medic in a field hospital during the war. He and his friends had committed a crime back then. Years later, the rate of an Nilfgaardian soldier they had tortured to death summoned them to the scene of the crime so to have its revenge. Crime begets punishment. In this case was no different. Geralt had noticed the desire to defend murderers, and Rupert and his friend got what they deserved. Rupert's friend was in a dire state, lost amidst somber ruins, in a wilderness forsaken by gods and humans alike. Geralt found him easily and learned more about him, including what led him to take such risks. Geraldly had been stationed in the area during the war. His units had tortured the Nilfgaardian soldiers to death, all in the name of finding a treasure. Years later, the murder man's Wraith used his power to force the two to return to the site of their crime. Ridley shared Rupert's fate and paid for his past crimes, for Geralt decided he would not stop the Wraith from exacting revenge. Triss. Oh god. Okay, I'll continue reading these more, bit by bit, because there's a lot to read there, and I've been dawdling here a lot, as is. I'm also thinking I'm missing one important thing. Swordsmanship. Where is it? I need to get to here, so I'm going to start working on that soon. Maybe position 2. Then again, probably feeling like I should finish this tree off. Yeah, I think I should finish that tree off, then worry about the other one. Because while this game may only have 3 chapters to it, I'm hoping they're all nice long chapters. And then again, I'm only going by what's the maps on the wiki. This could have 5 chapters like the previous game and an epilogue. But the wiki, I'd imagine it would have been filled by now. Okay. Let us see. I should be able to make the grape shot myself. Kind of went a little overboard on the other ones. The other bombs. Okay, here's the grape shot. I'll make 11 of them. Sounds fair to me. Now let's toss this here. Okay. Now let's head back into here and try and finish off this quest. Oh, here's this. Run. Fantastic. That's one's collapsed. Drop it. Run.
You stink.
Yes, they do, but run. Any others? Just the music's still going. Whatever. Those ones died in the blast. Okay. Let's put this contract as the main one. There's 2 of the 4 nests done. Oh, here's another one. I will have to... I was worried I was being flanked. Destroy nest. Run. I know I end up taking a few... It ended up taking a cheap shot there with the way I handled it, but oh well. Okay. I also do like that ribcage was actually moving around because of the blast there. Well, I figured it should have gotten destroyed by it, but whatever. Not necessarily. Scoia'tael. I don't know why anyone comes out. Wait, these are mushrooms. Can I harvest them? No. Considering what I'm running through, you'd have figured there'll be more reagents. A guard. Oh, ate up. Typical. Damn. Take it. Pretty much can't do anything else now. Well, it's able to clear up too much space. Because I don't want to just get rid of all my reagents. I don't want to get rid of too much of anything. Okay, you know what? I think that's just leading towards a, the hives. I want to deal with these guys first. Start one. Then we can move on to another. Let's start one quest, then we finish it, then we move on to another, rather than jumping around like a loon. Ah! Collect. I know I can watch out for those stairs and whatnot, but I'm just for these damn tunnel entrances. It's not like those snares do much damage to Geralt here. Let me check over here. Some more of these.
Damn it.
Christ, those, you know, spots on their back they creep me out. No, I can't take anything else. Okay, this is creepy. Okay, something wasn't happy about that. Let's do that again. Then again, it's saying something's not happy about that, but maybe that's just because I was beating up a cocoon. Okay. Fire. Open it. Give it a sec. Really? Ah!